What is good, YouTube? UnknownProdigy back with another video, man. Today we reacting to top 10 famous last words, and I'm trying to keep my intros more short. I'm doing a good job. Let me know in the comments below. But top 10 famous last words, and put down below what your last words you think your last words would be, because mine would probably be delete my history. Alright, bad joke. Alright.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Now, I'm sure a lot of us have been told in our lives what our very first words were ever. They're a pretty huge deal, but
Cap, I don't know my fucking first words. I know my brothers. They know everybody else's but mine. What did I say? Mom, Dad? What did I say?
some people argue that the last words a person says before they die are even more important. I found some great examples of this. Some of you may find these pretty intense, but here we go. My name is Danny Burke, and this is the top 10 famous last words. Starting off at number 10 now, we have Kurt Cobain. The Nirvana frontman was as famously talented as he was troubled. He returned to the US after a tour in Germany and was faced with a drug intervention from his wife and close friends. Although he initially agreed to the program, he escaped the facility, and a week later his body was found. He had killed himself with a shotgun to the head. The suicide note he wrote addresses his wife, his children, and his lost passion in life. The final line simply read, "It is better to burn out than to fade away." Next up at number 9 now, we have Leonardo da Vinci. Not many people
give me chills though. What the fuck? Rest in peace, Kurt Cobain, bro.
In human history have had such a big impact on art, science, music, and engineering as Da Vinci. His paintings are instantly recognizable.
Because I think me and him are in the same family line, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm an artist too, and I'm talented. People will call me like Leonardo da Vinci growing up. And it was like, you know what I'm saying, like, you should really take it serious. Like, I'm really like Leonardo da Vinci, bro. I'm really him, bro.
And his inventions for early parachutes, helicopters, and tanks were held back only by the technology around him. You'd think that a man like that would have some sort of pride in himself, but surprisingly not. When he died from a stroke in 1519 at the age of 67, Da Vinci's last words were, "I have offended God and mankind because my work did not reach the quality it should have." Well, what hope do the rest of us have then? Coming in at number 8 now, we have Elvis the Quality. His last words were, "I have offended God and mankind because my work did not reach the quality it should have." Well, what hope do the rest of us have then? Coming in at number 8 now, we have Elvis Presley.
Damn. This thing, ain't he like one of the best artists of all time? Shit.
Is undoubtedly one of the biggest musical and cultural icons of all time and had adoring fans all over the world. Now, towards the end of his life, he suffered with obesity and drug addiction. On August 16th, 1977, age 42, he turned to his partner, Ginger Alden, and said, "I'm going to the bathroom to read." That's exactly what he did. Unfortunately, years of drug and food abuse meant that when he strained, his heart suddenly stopped. He was found dead with his face on the floor. Alright, at number 7 now, we have Thomas J. Grasso. Now, he was a convict who was executed in Oklahoma on March 20th, 1995 for 2 murders. As with many inmates on death row, he was asked what exactly he wanted for his final meal. He had 24 steamed mussels, 24 steamed clam, a double cheeseburger from Burger King, 6 spare ribs, 2 strawberry milkshakes, 1.5 of a pumpkin pie with whipped cream, diced strawberries, and a 16-ounce can of spaghetti meatballs. That last one was the problem though for Thomas. He wanted SpaghettiOs, not spaghetti meatballs. His last words before the execution were, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs, I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this." Talk about getting your priorities straight.
The hell? Nigga, you're a fucking murderer, dude. Fuck your SpaghettiOs, nigga.
Okay, moving on to number 6 now, we have Tupac. Any conversation about the greatest rapper of all time will always feature this man's name. On September 7th, 1996, he was in a car with Suge Knight after a boxing match. They pulled up to some traffic lights, and then a car next to them wound down their back window, and a gunman shot at them repeatedly. When a police officer arrived on the scene, he found Tupac on the floor covered in blood. The officer tried to get a dying declaration from him and asked him who shot him. He looked him in his eyes, took a deep breath, and said, "F you." After that, he slipped out of consciousness and never came around again.
I heard some things circling like he didn't say that or something. I don't know. There's like a lot of stories of Tupac's death. I don't even know what's real, but I want to say that's real, just cause. And someone said he said that because, you know, the song "Who Shot You" by Biggie, or he wouldn't be a snitch. I don't know.
A 5 spot now, we have James Brown. Now, he was known as the godfather of soul and had a career that spanned an amazing 6 decades, influencing millions of musicians in the process. He was still playing shows right up to the end. On December 23rd, 2006, he visited his dentist, who was shocked at just how weak and ill he looked. He told him to go and see a doctor. His condition worsened and he died on Christmas Day from heart failure. His last words were to his manager. He told him, "I'm going away tonight." He took 3 long breaths and fell asleep before dying. Coming out number 4. "I'm going away tonight." He took from heart failure. His last words were to his manager. He told him, "I'm going away tonight." He took 3 long breaths and fell asleep before dying. Coming out number 4.
That's cold. Man, that's cold. I ain't gonna lie.
Now we have Karl Marx. This 19th century philosopher and political theorist founded the notion of Marxism, the belief that capitalism will eventually lead to a class struggle and a communist society. Now, Marx was known to always have something to say on everything. There are literally hundreds of quotes out there attributed to him, which is why people expected an epic final one from him when he died. Before he died, he told those by his side that last words are for fools who haven't said enough. Ironically, that is definitely a pretty good.
That's bar. That's a bar. What do you mean? Said something. That was great.
Last words quote. Next up at number 3, we have Marie Antoinette. She was Queen of France during the French Revolution. She was found guilty of high treason by the revolutionaries and sentenced to death. It was execution by guillotine. As she walked up to the scaffold, her last words were not about the revolution, her innocence, or her thoughts on life. She simply said, "Pardon me, sir, I meant not to do it." She said it to her executioner because she had accidentally stepped on his foot. I don't think the apology was needed. He was about to do a lot worse to her. Coming in at number 2 now, we have Sir Winston Churchill. He was the Prime Minister of the UK during most of World War II and was once voted the greatest Brit of all time. He was known for his quick wit and incredible command of language. He had one of the biggest impacts on British politics and died aged 90. His last words were, "I'm bored with it all." Now, some people expected a more complex quote to remember him by, but others felt like Churchill being bored of life showed that he was going out because he wanted to, and he was doing it on his own terms. Alright, at the number 1 spot now, we have Bob Marley. The Jamaican reggae artist stands as one of the most legendary music acts of the 20th century. In July 1977, he was diagnosed with cancer. Now, over the next 4 years of his life, it spread to the rest of his body. Eventually, his vital functions worsened. He was rushed to hospital in Miami. His son, Ziggy, was by his deathbed. He turned to him and said his final words, "Money can't buy life." For a man that spread so much love through his songs, I think those seem like very fitting last words. Which one of those was your favorite? Have you guys heard of any other good ones out?
Yeah, man. James Brown and Bob Marley had some tough ones, and Leonardo da Vinci, his stuff was tough too. But yeah, man, that's it for this video, man. Hope y'all liked it. You know what I'm saying? See y'all in the next video. Subscribe Dan first. Subscribe to Real Flow. 2026, 2025. 2025, 2026 is all ours. Hey, man, join us.